Yo, what's up, people? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live from your mama's house, doing my thing as I usually do. About to make a video for you guys once again about Russia, the place where I'm at. And this is what I want you guys to know. This might be a quick video, so I'm going to try to get it out the way because pizza's on the way and I don't want to get the pizza on camera and stuff. But anyway, this is the perfect time to visit Russia. Why is this the perfect time to visit Russia? Like basically this year or the summertime? Is because the ruble is said to go back to normal pretty soon. Russia has some new trade deals in which the economy won't have to depend so much on oil. They also started selling things to China, I think rice or something like that. But I got in this article from a friend of mine and he showed it to me and it looked pretty reliable. And plus Trump is in office and Trump and Putin get along, so that should also help the Russian economy. So the Russian economy is going to go back to normal now. Maybe some of you don't realize what that actually means. Well, I'll explain it to you just in case you don't realize it. Well, average for the ruble is about 32 rubles to $1. I'm not gonna say average, that's normal. This was like 2.5 years ago. When I first came here about 4 years ago for the first time, I didn't stay here the whole time, I was going back and forth, but the first time I came here, first few times actually, it was 32 and it was pretty stable, you understood? So when I had 5,000 rubles in my hand, that was well over $100, like 136, something like that. It was well over $100. Right now, 5,000 rubles is maybe $80 or $90, something in that area, which is almost half of what it was before. But the golden time for like foreigners here that's over. And what I mean by the golden time for foreigners, I mean the time in which the ruble was like 76 plus. Like going up and down from 76 to 79, 76, 85, 76, 80, 74. That time is done. The ruble will start recovering. That was last year, the year before a little bit, where our dollar was so strong here. Like a lot of foreigners were living foreigners from the West were living with no thoughts about money. It was parties all the time. Like I was doing limo parties and all this stuff, like house parties and stuff, buying all the drinks and everything. There was nothing to think about, nothing to worry about, because we were literally about 3 times, or that's not 3, let me not exaggerate. We were literally like, if you were making dollars, you were literally 2.5 times richer than you should have been because of the ruble collapsing like that, or just falling so low. Literally 2.5 times. So come on, you got 32 rubles to the dollar, and then it just drops down to 80, 84. So you can understand how much money we had, how much money foreigners out here had compared to what they should have had. So we were balling out, you know what I mean? We were just going, traveling and all this stuff. I remember what I was doing when the ruble went low. I was in a different part of Russia. The first time it collapsed past 80. First time I was in the city of Grozny, and like I don't celebrate when the ruble drops, but I do go to the bank immediately and take out as many rubles as I can. So the first time I was in Grozny, I had to wait till I came back to Moscow, then I took out some rubles. The other time I was here in Novosibirsk and I called up Jason. I said, yo, Jason, it's at 79. It's about to hit 80. You know what it's time to do? I went to the bank the next day and I'm pretty sure he did as well. But those days are over. When the ruble is extremely, extremely weak, those days are over. But what I'm saying is now it's about half is what it's supposed to be. Today, when I checked, the ruble was, let me check it. I'm gonna check it right now, live TV, and I'm gonna show you guys. I'll show you guys. So right now the ruble's at 59, which is about half of where it should be. So this is the dollar in comparison to the ruble over the last 5 years. You see that? Basically, that first rise was basically during the Donbas thing in Ukraine. That's when it first started acting like that, when it first started getting weak compared to the dollar. This is on a 5-year scale. Now let's look at it from, let's do a 2-year scale. Now this whole time is after the Donbas and all that stuff where the ruble already fell. And you see the ruble had a little comeback actually. It's May 2015, it had a little comeback. I remember it went down to like 54, then it went back again. New sanctions and stuff like that. Well, yeah, that's what actually did that. But let me show you, because right now, let me show you 3 months. It's consistently getting stronger against the dollar. Consistently. And if it continues at this rate, by summer, it should be at a steady 50. And next year, this time, it should be at a steady 40. You know what I mean? So basically, long story short, if you want to visit Russia, because I mean Russia's cheap regardless compared to America, you know, except for Moscow, I guess. But Russia's generally cheap compared to America in general. But if you really want to ball out and not have to worry about money, I'd say you have about 8 months to arrive before things start getting back to normal, where you could kind of ball out but not really. You know what I mean? So you have about 8 months. So right now is definitely the time to start planning to come down here for the summer to see things, because after this summer, this is going to be the last summer I think this is going to be the last summer with a really weak ruble. This is going to be the last summer, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's going to be the last one. And I mean, part of the reason I'm here is because the ruble, you know, so weak, so I decided to stay longer. I'm going to get a 3-year visa, but I don't know if I'm going to stay here for all 3 years. You know what I mean? If the ruble keeps getting stronger and stronger, you know, if once it passes 40, it gets down to the 30s, I think I'm going to split, because there's no reason for me to really be here anymore. I'm not saving that much money. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? So that's basically it, man. Yeah, now's the time. Set it up. I would say, let me give some cities that are cool to visit. A good idea to visit, which would be interesting, since now it's so cheap and shit here. I would say, of course, Moscow, St. Petersburg. No, let me not name all the big cities. Everyone knows the big cities. Like here, no, not everyone knows here, but like Moscow, St. Petersburg, everyone knows. I would advise this to you. I'm going to give you one on the far east called Vladivostok. That's a very interesting city. It was the first city I went to amongst my tour, and they're not very used to blacks at all over there. Like even less than here. You know what I mean? So it's very rare to find black people in Vladivostok. When I was there about 3 years ago, it was very rare. So the reaction to me there when I was in this club when I was emceeing, after I got off the stage, it was pretty crazy. So that's Vladivostok. You might want to check that out. There's also Kaliningrad, which is all the way to the west of Russia. It's kind of in Europe. No, it's actually in Europe, but it's a part of Russia. Kaliningrad is worth visiting because it's so different than other parts of Russia. But Kaliningrad, I would say, is a little rough. It's a little rough, so hopefully you can make some friends there before you get there. If you take my service, I can definitely get all that for you and help you out. Just email me, you know, the main video on my page called "Coming to Russia, Need Assistance?" Right. So yeah, you would probably want some friends over there because it does get a little rough in Kaliningrad. I would also, if you're into culture and seeing a real diversity of Russia, definitely go to Grozny. Grozny, you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about anyone hurting you and approaching you or anything like that at all, or drunk people in the street, none of that. Only thing in Grozny you gotta know is the rules. You know, no touching women, no holding hands and stuff unless you're married. You know, don't go over there acting stupid because you will get beat down quick if you do something stupid. But that's the one place I've been to so far in Russia that I believe no matter what time you're out, walking around, no matter what you're doing, no one cares. You know, and the racial thing there, it means nothing. They're more about religion than anything. They're very Muslim there, but you have nothing to worry about when you're there because it's very well protected. You don't gotta worry about no stupid people running up on you and stuff. Nah, not gonna happen. But as a woman going there, you definitely gotta learn the rules. You know, you can't be showing like your knees and your elbows and stuff. And even in summer, you know, you gotta dress real conservative, so to say. You know, you gotta really cover your body. You can't be showing cleavage and stuff. Yeah, you gotta learn that too. If you're a woman, you're going to Grozny, you definitely gotta learn that. Voronezh. Beautiful women in Voronezh. It's a little, I would say it's a little tough too. A little bit tough, Voronezh. I would check that out. Let's see, what else? Yekaterinburg. It's expensive. But yeah, you can try Yekaterinburg, but it's expensive. It's more expensive than here. I don't know why. If you're into a small town that's coming up quickly, being built quickly and has a lot of money, not far from Yekaterinburg is Tyumen. There's an oil city, something with oil in the city, and they're coming up real quick. There's a lot of money there, a lot of money. If you're looking to do some speaking clubs or something, whew, every time I worked there, I left with more money than I made with like 5 other cities combined. So there's a lot of money in that small city of Tyumen. And no, that's really it, I guess. If I'm forgetting anybody, any friends I got watching this video in Russia, I didn't mention a certain city. I'm not going to say things like Rostov-na-Don. I lived there for 4 months, but that city's too aggressive. I don't want to send anybody there. It's too aggressive. I mean, I liked it. I lived there, but it's too aggressive. I'm not sending anybody over there. I'm not sending anybody to Omsk. I didn't get along with Omsk at all. Maybe Irkutsk. Maybe, I'm not exactly sure. Let's see what else. And I guess that's it, man. No, that's basically it. So hopefully you guys pay attention to this video. But yeah, man, now's the time. That's basically it, people. I'm out. Later.